Let's all take a deep breath in together. Inhale up. Exhale it down. Shake it all off. We're going to get started here as a team in just a moment. I just had one more folk pop in, so I want to make sure you guys are on the same page with what we need. Go ahead, everybody, and find some space within your space to just spread out and shake everything off. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. So I'm going to have you guys start at the ankle of your left leg, and you're just going to kind of give it a little pat all the way up and down the leg. So what this does is it just starts to get blood flowing to the surface of the skin. Make your way across your hips and down the opposite leg. Just kind of give it a little pat all the way around your hips. Yeah, I'm letting somebody in, sorry. And then around your torso, and then up over to the chest, and around to the arms. Yeah, if you feel weird doing it, that's great. You know, weird's good. And then just shake it all off. Awesome. All right, everybody come to the screen. Give me a quick high five, a virtual one. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. We have not started the playlist. Everything you need is in the chat for my friends that just got here. We're going to start with just a deep breath in. So come back to your space. Deep breath in, reach up again. Exhale it down, shake it all off. We're going to make our way over to our playlist and hit play in 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it. Once you've hit play, we come back, we warm up. Our warm up is about 3 minutes and 45 seconds-ish. Everything that's impactful in this class, I will always modify. So I'm going to start with my hands, my hips rather, in alignment with my toes. Give me a nice little reach forward. And as I squat, I'm going to pull the arms back. Rise and pull. Rise and pull. A little quicker here. Reach up and swing the arms back. Yeah, I'm just going to let somebody in. Oh, no worries. Yes, and there will always be modifications for sensitivities, my friends. Let's do one more, and then I'm going to have you take a little side step right to left. So you're just getting blood pumping in the legs, getting a little coordination mind to body, body to mind. Good. Breathe in. Don't lose that breath. And breathe out. Good. Bring your arms into a little fighting stance. And then I want you to keep your feet wide apart. Give me a little hop side to side. So I'm not actually hopping, right? I'm just step, step, step. That's a great way to modify. Elbow strike. It's right and left. You got it. So with the elbow strike, elbows start here. You drive that elbow up and across. You got it. I'm pivoting off that back foot. Awesome. 2 more. Right and left. Last one. Knee drive. Up and switch. So on that knee drive, I'm kind of leaning my upper body back, but I'm still bracing my abs. Really important here. So you're not letting your back compress. 8, 7, 6. Last 4, 3, 2. Step your feet together. I'm going to have you bring it into a diagonal lunge. Rise and switch. Diagonal lunge. So when you come back, the front leg straightens out. The back knee bends pretty significantly. Good, let's go for one more per side. Other side. And then from here, I'm gonna roll those shoulders up and back. If for some reason your shoulders do not like this activity, make it smaller and below the shoulder head. Yep, 2 more. Last one, reverse the circle. You're gonna give me a little cross step. Yeah, mind and body, right? 2 more. Last one. Feet together. If you're not jumping, I'm going to show you something else. You're going to jump front to back. If you're not jumping, you're going to step front, step front, step front. Good. 4, 3, 2. All right, let's come on down to the floor. If being on your hands doesn't work, come on down to the forearms. Then from here, I'm going to step it back to plank, bring it back to my knees. Step it back to plank, squeeze the seat, bring it back to my knees. Last time, step it back, bring it back to my knees. Stay on the knees. If you're on your hands, great. If you're on your forearms, also great. Open up on the right, come back through center, open up on the left. One more time, both sides. Open up on the right. You got it. And then open up on the left. Come into a kneeling position on your knees. Yes. Good. Arms right in front of the chest. Excuse me, right in front of the thighs. Rise up and pull. Good. Rise up and pull. Good. Let's do 2 more. Our warm-up is over in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Shake it off. Sip of water before you get started. Yes, I matched my water bottle to my shirt. You're welcome. Cardio block first. Everything is 45 seconds. You don't need anything but yourself, okay? So good work as best as you got. Whew. First thing you've got going on, you've got a cross jump. So if you're not jumping, it's gonna be a step. After that, you're gonna do a squat pulse. All right, come with me here. Timer starts, 45 seconds. Cross jump, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bring it into a squat pulse and rise. Cross jumps. Again, if you're not jumping, I'll show you that modification next. Pulse. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bring it back, give me a little pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, bring it back, give me a little pulse. When I squat, my hips sink back. Again, if I'm doing that high impact, 1 foot in front of the next, come into it, squat it down, pulse it there. Boom. Nice tall frame, hands can be anywhere. Drop it to that squat. You got 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2. Okay, here. Guard face, elbow, 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 knee, knee. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2. If that elbow strike is bothering you, keep it low. Right in the chest line works. Knee driver, you know what's up. 2 and 4. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2. Yes, I'm making you think today. It's a great way to connect to my body, that neuromuscular connectivity. Oh, yes. Super good for the brain. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, this is my least favorite one. I'm gonna walk it out to my plank. If I don't wanna walk it out to my plank, that's fine. Lower all the way down to your belly. Press yourself up, jump in or step in, rise to stand. If I'm not lowering down to my belly, I can simply step it back to high plank, bring it in and rise it up. No push-up required. I drop down, maybe I slap the floor. I rise up, maybe I add a little hop. So I'm showing you very different alternatives for this action. Slap that floor. Otherwise, step it back to plank. Could always step it back to a forearm plank. And that's time. Whew, last bit. Sorry, I didn't memorize this one. It's going to be front, back, shuffle, 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 shuffle. If you're not jumping, it could be heel tap, knee, 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 march. Heel tap, little march. So you're still moving, heart's still pumping, but it's not as impactful. So joint pain, bone pain, bring it down a notch, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, hops back and forward. Then from here, I move into that fast speed. And you can do fast speed for as long as you want. 4, 3, 2, and that's the end. Okay, so here's the deal. We're gonna go through all of those things one more time. We're gonna go through all those things one more time and that's it. You won't see it again. We doing okay? A lot going on, right? There's a lot to remember. Even I forgot, right? She's not perfect, she's just cute. All right, so we go in 8 seconds. Just a quick reminder of what you've got first. It's that cross jump 4 times, followed by 2 squat pulses. Timer starts in 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squat it down, pulse, and return. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squat it down, pulse, and rise. I'll show you that modification again. Heel tick across the torso. Squat it down, pulse and rise. Just get that foot across the hip, right? We're working on that internal rotation. Good. Next up, we've got those elbow strikes. We have 4 of those with that knee strike. Good. 4, 3, 2. All right. Fighting stance. Elbow right, left, knee, knee, reset. 2, 3, 4, knee up, knee up. If you can get fancy, maybe you start alternating the arms and knees. So I'm leading with right, left, right, left, right, and left. And then I lead left, right, left, right, left, and right. 15. Keep going with this. Next up, you're going to come all the way down to the floor or to high plank. 3, 2, and 1. So I hit the floor, I slap it, I press myself up, I rise. I could jump or I could choose not to. I could step it back. Maybe I just lower to the knees, open right and left. I rise myself up and I stand myself up too. You take care of you. Do a variation here that you can maintain for another 20 seconds. That's what we got left. We will not see this again today. Just so you can see this on the side. I'm all the way on my belly. Slap the floor, curl myself up, and rise to stand. When you stand, squeeze your seat. So important. So you take that pressure off the lumbar spine. 3, 2, and 1. Last bit. Hop forward, back, right? Then from here, I already forgot it, I fast feed. I swear I had my coffee, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, fast feed. Mandee, that's too much, right? So it's tap, 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 separate the feet, give me a little bit of a jog, right? Tap, 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 separate the feet, give me a little bit of a jog. There's always an alternative. Tap into what you need. Nice. Looking good, team. We've got 15 seconds. Forward, back, fast feet. Forward, back, fast feet. Can you get light in your landing? So if you can hear it, can you make it even lighter? 3, 2, that's it. So you get a minute to rest right now. 1 minuto to rest. Okie doke. So now we're going to move into our next block of work. Amanda's joining us. Hi, Amanda. In the chat, everything you need, my friend. So we will need our 8-pound dumbbells. If you're not using weights, great. Just pretend you are. Fake it till you make it, babe. All right, so weights in hands. We're going to start with a loaded, slow tempo squat. You're in recovery right now. Don't worry about moving. I'm just going to show you what's happening. The weights are going to go on my shoulders as such. My feet are about shoulder width apart, toes and knees point forward. I slow myself all the way down. I hold. I rise myself all the way up, nice and slow, and I hold. Nice and slow. Slow is the key. Less is more. Quality over quantity. Yes or yes? Good. 3, 2. I'll show this to you from the side. Low, slow, abs in tight. How little can you do in this 45-second duration? Yes. Tuck your seat at the top. Move slow. Like you're watching a slow motion video of yourself as you move. So from the front, I'm sinking my hips back, pushing my feet apart, rising up with control, nice and slow. Maybe you add a little more pause at the bottom. Ooh, high quads. Now I've got bad news. We're gonna hold the squat here in 9 seconds. I know, I never said it was gonna be easy. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Circular curl right, circular curl left. So from the side, I'm pulling my weight across my torso to the shoulder head of the same arm. My palms are facing me. I stay in my squat. Wiggle those toes, almost like you're trying not to sit on a porta potty, right? So those quads starting to really talk to us. Maybe my arms are starting to talk to me, right? 15 more seconds. Moving slow, one arm at a time. You're super close. Now we're gonna come on down to our mat next. So keep your dumbbells, grab your mat, lay it out. You're on your back, your legs are in what we call tabletop. Arms over the chest. As the legs descend, the arms open up. Legs descend, arms open up. Inhale to open, exhale to pull through center. So it's a chest fly with a toe dip. If this bothers your lower back, I want you to cancel out the toe dip and just do the arms. Shh. We've got one more piece to the puzzle here in our strength block. Inhale the way down, exhale, pull up, squeeze those arms and legs together at the top. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2. Roll yourself up to a seated position onto the knees. Good, bring your weights right in front of your hips. As I rise, I'm gonna pull and lower. So from the side, rise, pull, lower down. Rise and pull, lower down. My palms face me or medial grip. Squeeze my seat, pull back. Shh. Good, abs in super tight, nice long spine. Earn your 30-second recovery, right? You've been working for it. You should need it. Listen, if you're like, this isn't very hard, I want you to grab heavier weights. I want you to move at a tempo that feels difficult for you. 3, 2, you get another opportunity in our second round. That is time. Set the weights down. Grab that sip of water if you need it. So far, so good. Okay. Whew. Bring out the hands. Notice what's going on in the neck and jaw. Shake out the shoulders. 30 seconds goes by tremendously quickly. We're already about 5 seconds away. So pick up your weights. Make sure you lift with your legs. Bring those weights to the shoulders. Feet about shoulder width apart. Here we go. Slow lower. Hold at the bottom. Slow rise. Yes. Tuck your seat at the top. Slow lower. Hold at the bottom. How low can you get? And slow rise. Squeeze your bottom together. Slow lower for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and slow rise for 4, 3, 2, and squeeze. Team, one more time, and then we're gonna meet at the bottom. I know, right? You're like, wait a second. It's the biceps curl circular department. So go ahead and bring it into the circular and switch. If you feel tension growing in your lower back, I want you to slightly tuck that tailbone in. Today's playlist is all about the remix, baby. All about that remix. This was my favorite track on it. If you're not listening to my tunes, it's totally fine. I love Fleetwood Mac, so I found something that pays tribute, if you will, to it. Can you sink lower in your squat? See how I was trying to distract you there? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, we come to the floor in 2 and 1. I'm gonna show this head on this time. So I'm on my back, my legs are in table. I'll show you just a little bit of an angle. Good, head is down. My head's not doing this work. As I descend the legs, I descend the arms, I pull everything in. I descend the legs, I descend the arms and pull in. Make sure your weights are right along your chest here. So notice if they're way up by your head or way down by your knees, kind of split the difference and squeeze the knees together. Press into the lower back. You've got 20 more seconds to work at this big chest fly. Yes, pull in. Team, you've got just a few more seconds and then we're gonna rise into that kneeling position. 3, 2, rock and roll yourself up. Good, in the kneeling position. I sit back, I pull and row. I sit back, I pull and row. Sit back. As I do that, I'm not letting my shoulders lift, right? I'm keeping my shoulders packed, and I could do this body weight. I'm squeezing the back of my body together. I'll show this to you from the back, actually. I think it'd be really helpful. Squeeze your seat. Zip up the rib cage. Good. End of the round here. We will not see these actions again today. That's the beautiful thing about 2 rounds, right? Set it, forget it, and be done with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and that's the end of your strength block. So next up, We are going to be on our mat. It's core. If you have sensitivity in your neck, shoulders, go ahead and grab a towel, and you can hold your head with the towel. So I'm going to use this towel, right? And I'm going to basket my head. That's going to give me a little bit more support with my head, okay? Because we will be doing a crunch. So sometimes people are like, I just feel it in the back of my neck. How can you be in the abs, right? Scoop the belly in, all right? So use the towel if you need it. I know I didn't put it in the list, but if you have that modification need, use the towel. Team, we've got 20 seconds till we go. You do not need your dumbbells for this block. I'm just setting myself up. Good, okay, so from here, like I mentioned, we've got our 3-point abs crunch. So I'm gonna bring it into the floor, lift my head, I point it over to the left, over to the right, through the center, and I lower it down. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. Elbows in, over to the right, over to the left, through the center, lower down. What do you think happens next? I go reverse, over to the left, over to the right, and up through the center. Over to the right, over to the left, up through center. If I wanted to make this harder, maybe I take my legs to the side. Over to the right, over to the left, through the center. Or I could do this with my arms in front of me. Over to the left, over to the right, and through the center. Good, that's effort 1. Effort 2, hands come down to your sacrum. Legs come up into the air. You've got a bent knee, reverse crunch, switch, reverse crunch. Reverse crunches are really hard for a lot of folks. So if that's not working, keep your feet on the floor, tuck your tail, maybe just try to lift the feet. Then tuck the tail, maybe just try to lift the feet. Otherwise, you're alternating lift and switch the legs. From the front, it looks like this. Head is down. Squeeze your legs together, bend and extend, yep. Otherwise that modification, tuck your tailbone, maybe lift those legs, yep. 3, 2, and 1. Pretty basic, pretty challenging. Come on down to the forearm of the left leg, right leg lifts, and we come into that side plank. So I'm just holding the side plank steady, 45 seconds on this side, and then 45 on the other. If this bothers the shoulders, I would try doing it this way. Lower the hip down, take the hand to the sacrum, drop the shoulders back, and just play with lifting and lowering the hips. If this isn't hard enough for you, stack your feet. Good, there's options, right? You're gonna get an opportunity to do it again too, so that's good. And switch the hips. So now I'm gonna go over to the opposite side of my mat. On the forearm, same variation, right? So that's option, that's the progression. Legs are stacked. Here's the movement that we're doing today. And then the modification would be hand on the sacrum, set that shoulder up, maybe lift for a moment and come down to rest. Maybe lift for a moment. And listen, if you're like, I'm not lifting as high as her, that's okay. I'm a different person than you, right? So we're all different, and you're just gonna honor where you're at with your movement and whatever feels good for your body. I'm just here as a guide, right? So I've got 3 seconds, 2, and that's it. Okay, so that is your core sequencing. It's a lot. It's also not a lot, right? It's like 4 movements. 2 of them are the same thing. They're just on opposite sides. So it's not really heady, but it's hard. It's hard work. Modifications have been shown. I'll show you progressions in this next round. So if you want, grab one of your dumbbells and have it ready to go. All right, that 30 seconds goes by like crazy. Feet on the floor. This time, maybe I have my dumbbell, right? I'm gonna rise up to the side, center, and return. Rise up to the side, over to the other side, center and return. Rise up left, right, center, return. Left, center, over, center, Awesome. Over to the left, right, center. Almost there. You've got 5 more seconds. Remember that basket with your towel is a great modification. 3, 2, and 1. No weight for this one, okay? So I'm going to bring it into that little reverse crunch and switch the legs. Shh. Maybe I hang out at the top for just a little longer, right? That's going to work the backs of the arms. It's going to work the abdominals. It's also going to work the strength of the back body, right? I'm really pushing away from gravity's pull. Head is down. If you need a reminder of what that modification was, my feet start on the floor. I just tuck my tailbone and try to lift my feet up. Tuck my tailbone, try to lift my feet up. So that's a great way to introduce yourself to lifting and using those lower abdominals. Okay, now we're going to start on the second side rather, as the first. So choose your poison, lift and hold, steady. Return to that breath. Stack your feet or stagger, right? So if this is too much, I could have one foot in front of the next. I have my arm over my head. That's also a progression. It could always be here. Good. You got 17 more seconds. Imagine you have a helium balloon attached to the top hip. You're trying to lift yourself up. Good. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, lower the hip and switch the side. Modified version of this may be my knees are bent and I lift here. So I'm getting some activity. Maybe I slide that arm over my head. I spin that chest open. So see how I was kind of angled in? I want to open out. So my shoulders stack, my hips stack. Plug that shoulder in, get long through the neck. If this bothers the neck, look down first. See if that helps. You're almost there. Good. Otherwise, lower down and rest. Lift back up. Lower down and rest. There are so many different ways to do this without just giving up entirely. Just tap into that strength within yourself because you're almost there. 2, 1, that's the end of your core block. We don't have a second core block. So we move back into strength next. We have 4 45-second movements. Then we have our final block, which is our cardio block. And that's where we finish those 4 45-second movements. Okie doke. So we stand back up. You need both of your dumbbells. You're in recovery mode right now, so no need for you to stress out about what you're doing. You're just gonna watch me. So I'm gonna start with my feet together, and actually I realized you just need 1 dumbbell for this first movement. So I'm gonna take my right leg behind me in that transverse lunge and reach, and then I'm gonna rack into the shoulder of my left. All right, right leg moves, left arm has the dumbbell. Let's do it together. I'll show it to you from the side. We're still in recovery mode. I take that diagonal lunge, I reach for my toe. I rise up, I rack the shoulder. I can always place my hand on my hip, my low back, whatever works. Okay, let's give it a whirl, right? First round is the learning round, so don't be hard on yourself. If you're not doing it exactly like me, we go. I take that transverse lunge, I tap my inside foot, I rack the shoulder of my left. Reach and rack. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Use the strength of your hip to bring that weight up to the shoulder. And I have my arm out there for my counterbalance. I feel like that really is quite helpful to me. But I could also do this by holding my back. Use that breath. Good. 4, 3, 2. Switch your feet. Switch your arms. So now I'm holding with the right. I take it back on the left, and I rack on the right. Inhale back. Exhale, rise. Big step, and pull to rise. Extend the elbow, bend the elbow. Good. And if you're not quite getting this transverse lunge, I would say get rid of the weight and just focus on the movement. Next round, add the weight in. You got 10 more seconds. We will need our second dumbbell in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grab your second dumbbell. Okay, you thought you were done with lunges, you are not. We're gonna take it back on the right. As you do that, right arm rows, then left. So one weight rests on the thigh as the moving leg and arm work together. Exactly opposite of what we did the last two exercises. So right with right, left with left. You're zipping up a big parka all the way to your collarbone. And in this case, I would exhale on my way back. If the lunges are really hard for you and you're feeling it in your knees, you could take a step and just pull. A step and just pull. That's 3, 2, 1. Okay, I hate this more than anything, but we gotta do it. Come on down to the floor. All right, create a triangle with the arms. Right underneath the head. Then from here, pull the belly button in, bend the elbows, tiny pump. So this is for triceps. I'm bending my elbows, I would say 45 degrees and never letting them fully straighten. And that triangle that I just drew is like right where my chin and my mouth, like where a mask would be. How about that, right? You've got 10 seconds, 9. If that's not working for you, triceps kickback works. 3, 2, and that's it. Okay, so now you've learned what we've got going on in our second to last block. We'll go through it again. Now, you only need one dumbbell to start, but you'll need the second dumbbell for exercise 3, okay? All right, I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water. Are we having fun? Just a little bit, not too much. All right, how did that 30 seconds go by that quickly? I don't know, but it did. Right hand, left leg. Here we go. Transverse lunge and rec. Transverse. So I'm using a little more momentum this time, right? My right foot is literally glued. It's not literally glued. It's glued to the floor. It does not move. That leg stays straight. It stays strong. You're swinging that weight all the way to the calf muscle of your left as you take it into that diagonal lunge. You're good in 8. I know, you're like, hold on, this is the strength round. I feel like it's cardio. Well, it is. Switch. It is. It's momentous. Good. When you come back through center, your feet parallel to each other, right? I'm not ending up like this or like this, keeping it nice and flush to the front. So we'll need that second dumbbell in about 20 seconds. And I'll show you the modification for the triceps work with dumbbells next, right? So we'll get down on the floor. Option would be no press with the hands. 4, 3, 2. Grab that second dumbbell, no matter where you're at. Good. Dumbbells go on the thighs. Take the left leg back, left arm up. Right leg back, right arm up. Showing this to you again, profile. Mandee, this just really bothers my shoulders. Drop off the dumbbells. Do it without. Keeping that shoulder packed. Right? So there's always a way. There's always a way. Especially if you've got the will. Good. Pull the ribcage in. Stand tall. I'm 5'4", 5'5" on a good posture day. Or so I like to think. 3, 2, come down to the floor, okay? Triceps, diamond, pulse. If that's not working, kneel position, do some triceps kickbacks. You can also be up on the knees. You can also do the standing if kneeling is just like, yeah, girl, no thanks. I totally understand that. Otherwise, my knees are on the floor, I'm doing a little pulse. If I wanted to make it harder, I'd extend my legs and do a pulse here. So that makes it fun, right? But if you feel your lower back, or if you're really letting your hips descend and you're creating a little concave back, that's not good for you. So that's why I do this on the knees, because it's an upper body focus. Push, push. 4, 3, 2, and done. Okay, great. So great news. You're done with the dumbbells and you're also done with the mat. So if you don't think you want it underneath you anymore, it might be a great time to strike your proverbial set. I'm going to because I feel like it's hard to see me with the mat underneath. So for those reasons. So right now you're in recovery, you got about 35 seconds. My arms are gonna be out wide. I'm gonna lift off that right leg and swing it front to back. That's your 45 seconds, balance and cardio. That's the next 45 seconds is here. But Mandee, my arms are burning. Bring them right here. If that's bothering you, bring them right here, but keep those elbows parallel to the floor. So we're working that mid delt. Love you, mean it. Are we ready? Say yes. I know I can't hear you, but you're still gonna say yes. Arms out in a T, balance on the left, right leg swings. Try not to let that right foot touch the floor. So from the side, I'm flexing the right foot. Remember, that lower back, if you're doing a lot of this, I want you to try to stabilize the torso, the trunk. Squeeze that back leg glute, right? So this is glute work, heart work, balance work, arm work. Oh my gosh, is this total body, Mandee? Yes. Yes. You're welcome. Yeah. We don't need to kill ourselves for good cardio. 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. Switch sides. Arms are still out. Arms are still out. What's the modifier? I bring my elbows to bend. But my elbows, this is not my elbow, this is my shoulder, but my shoulders are still packed into the sockets. So if I'm like this, that's not good. So then I would do the modified, right? If that's really not working, hands on hips, like a boss. There you go. You got it. 22 seconds. So this is a great way to modify because I can feel my hips, right? I can feel what's going on in my hips. Crawl, walk, run, sprint. Crawl, walk, run, sprint, right? So I'm thinking about how to make things manageable the whole duration. 3, 2, step to the left side of your space, bend your knees. You're gonna shuffle across, touch your toe, shuffle across, touch your toe. So let's move a little quicker. It's a side bend shuffle. So I'm not rotating. And again, if I'm not running or jumping, I'm taking that side step a little slower. Maybe I'm even standing up and doing a little side bend here. Otherwise, if I want to make it harder, I get lower, I reach for the floor. And I don't have a ton of space. I really don't. This room is like 9 by 11, and a lot of it is in front of me. So no excuse, you've got room. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last bit of cardio. Oh, this is kind of neat. So squeeze the legs together. Arm circle forward and backward. Arm cardio. So my legs are like, but wait, we just did this shuffling nonsense. I can feel my legs, my inner thighs, my outer thighs, my quads, hamstrings. And if this is bothering you, hands on shoulders, move at a range of motion that works for you. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, rest. Okay, great news. You are almost done. You have 1 block set left, meaning we've already done the last block. We just have 1 more set of it. You've learned it all. Now we tweak it, okay? So you've got about 12 seconds to set yourself up. Right leg stabilizes, left leg moves, arms out into a T, palms down, shoulders plugged in. All right, here we go. Let's swing. So every time she says, let's dance, can you say, let's swing? Lots. Let's swing. Mandee, if I need to land my foot, is that okay? Yep, it is. It is. Crawl, walk, run, sprint. Mandee, I'm looking for more. I want you to really swing that leg then. right? So all you gotta do is turn up the heat underneath those feet. Yeah, leg swings. It's more balance, but I definitely feel that hip working. I definitely feel my seat working. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch. Yes. Now careful, as you swing your leg back, careful you're not doing like this banana boat thing. So pull everything in. Engage the seat muscle of that stable leg. For me, that's my left. I'm not locking that left knee, but it certainly isn't bent. So it's a nice little happy medium between being locked and being mega bent, right? I'm finding that micro bend in the knee. Yes. 15 more seconds. I don't know about you, but I'm struggling on the second side. It's like, what? What do you want from me? All right, what's next? Low shuffle. Let's walk it over to that right side. Bend your knees. Shuffle, side bend. Shuffle, side bend. I'll show this to you going forward and back. I'm moving forward. I'm not rotating. I'm leaning over to my side. The shuffle doesn't have to be really far. It doesn't have to be very fast. But if I wanted to make it harder, I would do those two elements. Make it a little bigger, a little faster. This is one of those cardio movements that I feel like 6 days later. So if you don't feel this later, you let me know. 5, 4, 3. Chair pose arm swings in 2 and 1. Bring your feet together, bend those knees. Circle forward, circle backward. We're working on that shoulder mobility health. So I, for one, have really tight front delt, right? So this is actually really challenging. So I'm working on the mobile health of that shoulder head without letting it do this, right? I'm not shrugging. I'm keeping it nice and packed. Alternate that circle. Make it large and fluid. Good. Timer ends in 8. Stretch sitting, 7, 6, 5. Nice. 3, 2, done. See? That's not bad. Got a couple minutes to stretch. Let's move our playlist over to none other than Britney Spears. And then we're going to bring our feet nice and wide apart, soften the knees. Take the right hand to the right hip, left arm lifts up and over. Just give it a little stretch. So you feel a nice little stretching sensation through that side line of the left. Then I'm going to circle it round through and rise back up. I do the other side. Left hand on the left hip. Soften the knees, reach. Yeah. Just breathe into it for a moment or two. And then start to round and circle. Rise up. Take your hands to your hips. I'm going to show this to you a little bit to the side. Tuck your pelvis and release. Tuck your pelvis and release. One more time to tuck, release, and bring the hands on the thighs. Shoulder of the left comes in, give it a little pulse. Shoulder of the right comes in, give it a little pulse. Do it again. Left side, pulse 2. Right side, pulse 2. Good. Clasp the hands behind the back. Open the chest, drop the chin down. So I'm depressing the shoulders down, away from my ears. Walk the ear over to the right, back through the center, to the left. Good. Give yourself a hug. Rock side to side. Last stretch. Heel digs into the floor. Shift your booty back. Then press into the heel, lift the back heel. Press into the heel, lift the front toes. Just roll through your feet. And then we'll switch. Right foot forward, left foot back. Right? Pull it and release it. Pull it and release it. My hands are just on my hips. Last one. Little active. Good. Shake it all off. Final breath as a team. Ending right on time. Lift those arms up. Exhale to the sides. Shake it off. Hands to the screens. We did it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Stick around if you have questions. Wednesday, 6:30 is the last Wednesday for the summertime. 30-minute class using our Forza equipment. If you don't have that equipment and you're interested in it, Mandee10 is my code on Etsy. You can find that information in the chat, also on my Instagram page. Post about class. Would love that. No pressure. Stick around and we'll chat. Awesome job. Bye.